Kemi Omololu Olunlayo, and this is IJ Koza, my investigative journalism series on the Koza rape scandal involving Busola Dakolo and Pastor Biodun Fatonyibo. It's July 22nd, 2019 in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. And the latest on this scandal is so many. They had a news conference yesterday in Lagos, and this particular segment is Abimbola Adelakun, the journalist from Punch, who some people said was detained yesterday or arrested. This is really what happened. Bimbo Adelakun is a very good journalist, a female. She went to Koza in Abuja. She went to observe. Well, while she was in the church, she sent an image out, possibly to the newsroom. Someone recognized her, a security guard, who pulled her aside, outside or in the corridor, for anyone that's suspected of coming to do media work inside the service. Now, let me tell you what I feel about that. Journalism is not a crime. Truth never dies. We're defending media freedom. We're not taking sides. We're not being neutral. We're just going to find the truth. But when it comes to a church, every church has their own rules. And like I said at the beginning of this thing, Punch, was involved in the scandal, early in the scandal, with the Saturday editor, Okola Awon-Bisi, as well as a few other people. Two more editors and a cartoonist were all fired for the cartoon that had Pastor Fatonyibo urinating on a Bible and captioned, "Does Fatonyibo know? Does Fatonyibo's wife know?" So now, Bimbo's a good journalist. That one I can tell you, okay? I don't know about seniority or juniority that you guys do in Nigeria. Journalists are journalists. We don't do that in America. Bimbo basically thought she could just be part of the congregation. This is the same thing that happened to Samuel Ogundipe of Premium Times when I was in Port Harcourt prison. They detained him. He came in to visit me, to ask why they have not released me, but he came in as a visitor. He never told them he was a journalist. So they suspected something about him, pulled him aside, took him to the Oga's room, and then they came to get me in the cell to see if I knew who he was. So when you're going into a church, there's no rule that says you have to announce that you're a journalist. Sometimes that may not be a good thing. But at the same time, you have to understand the church's rule. I'll give you an example of Salvation Ministry. I worship with Salvation Ministry every Sunday at 6 a.m. online. But when I was in Port Harcourt for a month, when I first got released from prison, I took my phone in the church. It was on. And Ibiomi's service has a big giant screen that actually shows the service and also psalms and prayers and things we have to chant and pray with. Okay? And I like some of the readings and I like to videotape them or just snap them. When someone came to me and said, "Oh, you can't have your phone on. Phones are not allowed in the church." Simple. I turned it off. And I noticed that nobody else had their phone on. Even during the Crusades, 5 Nights of Glory. I mean, governors were there, big public figures. You can't take photos in the church. So you need to know what happened at Koza and Abuja. I'm not Koza's spokesperson. I'm just another journalist defending another journalist on what happened. She was not arrested. They took the whole thing to the police station. They interrogated her and she was released. So that was what happened to Bimbola Adelakun. Adoni Baby is her Twitter. I'm Kemi Omololu Olunlayo. More on IJ Koza.